The only thing that should give anyone confidence in the Nets is the man we saw right there, Keven Durant, and his demeanor, which I thought, if you watch that whole press conference, was perfect. KD is clearly in a very good mind frame and is, he has a quiet confidence of the belief that we can beat anyone because I'm the best player in the world, and that even if I disagree with him, that's how he should feel. He's also correct, Brew, that he should not be relying on Ben Simmons coming to the rescue. And here's the thing, and you're obviously very confident in the Nets. They're your favorite team. They have been, other than the Clippers, your entire life. We've talked about this quite a bit. You pick them to go to the finals almost every year. And so I understand that. But, Brew, I just want to know the scenario, the hypothetical scenario where dropping Ben Simmons into the series makes any type of sense. Because even you, with your no regrets Nets tattoo on either forearm, don't think the Nets are going to be up 3-0 in this series, right? So a crucial game 4 when the series is 2-1. How about game 5 when the series is maybe 2-2? Oh, okay. What if they get through round 1? It's like, hey, Ben Simmons, haven't played all year. Good news for you. Go guard the best player in the league, Giannis Antetokounmpo. What is the scenario where you can drop Ben Simmons in, Nash can juggle it, and Ben Simmons can handle it? I don't see one. So no, I don't think he's going to play, and I don't think if he were to play, he will be able to have an impact given how they would have to use him and where they would have to use him.
All right, look, I didn't think I'd have to say this, but since Nick won't cape up for Clutch, I'll cape up for a Clutch client. That's who Ben Simmons is with, so he's coming to ball. All right, he rolls with Clutch, Nick. Wow. He's coming to ball. Wow. No, look, I'm with KD. I agree with you, Nick, on KD. I love his demeanor. I love his approach. And when I said earlier in the week, Nets are winning the East, chest out, bass in full throttle, I had the same mentality as Keven Durant. Ben Simmons isn't even on the team. I mean, really, that's the mentality you have to have. If he comes back and can contribute, it's gravy. It's icing on the cake. It is great. But if you can't think, they shouldn't even have it in the back parts of their minds that Ben Simmons might come back and help save the day. Now, all that said, Nick, I do think that he could have a positive effect on the series for the Nets. They're not going to start him, I wouldn't think, right? They're not going to start him if he plays, say, game 4. Say it's 2-1 Nets, and he comes back in game 4. He's not starting, all right? They'll start him out with 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and see how he looks. Defensively, he should be able to contribute right away, Nick. I mean, that defense, he's a smart player. He's obviously athletic and strong. He should be able to make an impact on that end of the floor. Offensively, who knows what he could give you. We do know he can push the ball in transition. And when they're in the half court, put him by the rim at the dunker spot. You've seen what Bruce Brown has done for them. Bruce Brown's bringing the ball up at times. So this notion that, Kyrie has to have the ball in his hands, no. Kevin Durant brings it up too. So you could, if he gets warm, and Wiles, this is what I'm looking at. If he can play games 4, 5, and 6 in this series, because it's Nets in 6.
Perfect.
And he gradually gets more and more comfortable, more and more acclimated, playing more and more minutes. By the time they get to Milwaukee, he's feeling better, and you actually might get something from him on the offensive end, which is some playmaking and the ability to finish at the basket because they'll put him in the dunker spot.
Totally agree.
I'm not looking for him to be a savior, but I do think he could have a positive impact, Wiles.
He's not going to be a savior. I would say he'd be a difference maker, though. The line is 4 points. Do I think that Ben Simmons, Nick, can play 12 minutes and have 2 stops that Patty Mills wouldn't have gotten, and that's your 4 points? Yeah. And then Antoine, who believes in the Celtics more than anybody, expects the series to go to 7 games. So do I think that Ben Simmons being worth 4 points a game could tip the series? Of course I do. And then finally, there's an emotional, motivating factor to Ben Simmons coming back. The best game we saw the Nets play when they showed that championship lockdown defense was in Philadelphia. Why? Because it's Embiid, they're a little bit, because it's Harden, a little bit. But after the game, Keven Durant and Kyrie said, no, we did this for Ben. Ben specifically came on this road trip when he wasn't in Boston. I think all of us look at Ben as our brother. Hard to chant at Ben Simmons when you're losing by that much. Keven Durant. Then Kyrie says, we definitely felt like Ben was on our heart. You come at Ben, you come at us.
Okay, good to hear. Here's why I know you guys are both full of it. Because here's the thing, Wild. Let's just pretend for a moment that the Sixers never traded Ben. That Daryl never could make the trade happen. And the Sixers, with Embiid, who this year, I think it's fair to say, played at the level Durant did. Embiid, for some people was league MVP. I don't think he's the best player in the league, but he's in the same echelon as Keven Durant, right?
Sure.
Right.
If this story was coming out about Ben Simmons might make his season debut for the Sixers midway through round one, and I came on here and said, hey, guys, he doesn't have to play much. Just give me some good defense. He's going to be better than Korkmaz. You guys would both be telling me I'm out of my mind. You would be saying, oh, Nick, you're going to pretend last year's playoffs didn't happen. Oh, Nick, you're going to drop him in the postseason. He at least had some chemistry with chemistry's maybe the wrong word. Some history playing with Embiid. He's never played a game with anyone on the Nets. Not a game. Okay, that's fine, but there was at least some familiarity.
There's something about a fresh
Ben
start.
Simmons, a fresh start in the NBA playoffs is not, to me, the ideal place for it. And Steve Nash, being the man with the hand on the joystick of deciding the rotations on the fly for a team he's never coached, doesn't exactly seem to me to be a recipe for long-term playoff success. But hey, maybe I'm wrong.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.